I'm ready. I was like, fuck that. You hate that bitch.
Down here. Okay.
Wait, but what
guys
happens
good?
when I finish this? I have to get another one.
Go get another one. Just go get it now.
Are you
I
almost
think-
done already?
I think you should have 3. I got a water here.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
just
not
get it
I'm
now.
only gonna drink one. No, I'm not gonna get another one. I'm not gonna
Hey, get another. You're gonna want to get another one like halfway
Yeah.
through.
It's fine.
All right.
Okay, we good?
We're good.
Yeah, born ready.
Okay. Start recording in 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? We're back again. Another episode of the USCUS podcast. Today, episode 17, we're going to break down everything about sports at the university. We're back from our little hiatus of a week off. So we're coming back with you with another guest, our friend Phil. Phil, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Phil. I went to UD. I was a year above them, but I was on the Club Ultimate Frisbee team there, and I'm a hospitality business management major.
Nice. So I think we're just going to hop right into it. I'm going to pass it off to Jay. Jay, you want to start us off?
Yeah. So, sports. I feel like I
Sports.
introduced that as Claudia would any sports conversation.
Hell yeah.
So, UD. So it's funny because when I first started applying to schools, one of my biggest things was I want to go to a really big sports school.
Same.
And then I chose Delaware.
See, I'm not going to lie to you, Jay. I kind of forgot that sports happened at schools. I kind of in the back of my mind, I was like, yeah, there's football teams and stuff. And they were like, are you interested in sports during the tour? And I was like, no.
I was honestly kind of the same.
Sportsless school.
Oh no, I wish we had a huge sports fandom craziness like other schools did.
Oh yeah, always watching sports. I would love to have gone to an Alabama for football or a Kentucky for basketball. That would have been so cool. But
sounds
we're
terrible.
Yeah, unfortunately, our football team had a little bit to be desired.
Our women's lacrosse team, though, we are incredible. We've been national champions for the longest time. We have a great women's lacrosse team.
Basketball, we had Elena Deladon, and everyone was super hype about her.
That is true.
And Joe Flacco. We had Joe Flacco. We had Joe Flacco, but
I don't know if that's too much to brag about, but it's there.
Something,
There's another Joe that took his place of, being Delaware's Joe, so he doesn't really matter anymore anyway.
Yeah, and not very sports related, but that's fine.
But yeah, so I wish that Delaware had a very big, sports culture, but it does not. I'd be surprised if any of the four of us have been, more in. I guess it doesn't really apply to Phil because he was on a team, but gone to watch more than 10, 15 games over the course of 4 years. You don't really.
I went to 3 total sports games during my time at UD. 2 football games and a D3 hockey game. So,
Claudia, did you ever go to any of my games?
Nope, but I played a lot of frisbee with you in my driveway.
That's true. You were at my practices more so than anything else.
I was on the intramural team with you. I was on the intramural team with you.
That's not watching.
We coached him and then made him play for us so we wouldn't lose. But same thing.
You know what? I got some really good reps there. It was great. I was running sprints up and down the field chasing after the disc.
And I was sitting in the back waiting until we got to go to Grottoes.
Wait, I was on another intramural team. Jay made me play basketball.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Actually, Claudia, how did that go? I won't say anything. I'm just gonna let Claudia explain how her experience was at playing basketball.
Tell us about the sports.
I had a fun time doing sports. Except I really just didn't want to play. I was like, I'm here for the camaraderie. I put my name on the list because you needed more women to play.
Yeah.
Then they actually made me play.
I think the only men were me and Jay.
Shoot while I was halfway through,
know,
and I got laughed off the court by Jalen. So
No. That's not true. I didn't laugh at you because of how you were shooting. I laughed at you because you looked at me, said, "Do I shoot?" and then you shot it. We're playing.
I just want to give the quick breakdown of our club basketball team. Or intramural basketball team. It was half the team would show up about 10 minutes late, a little drunk, and we would score about 2 points.
We lost
But
the
you
first
guys
game.
had heart, I'm sure.
We lost the first game by like 50-something points. It was so bad. Because I remember we always had games Tuesday nights. So we were like, let's go to Dollar Beers pregame and then go play basketball. I do not recommend pre-gaming basketball. It's a very bad idea. Especially
I think we can amend that to say don't pregame any sport. I mean,
well, I don't know. Frisbee, like
That's a lot of running.
coming from a B team Frisbee team, there's somewhat of a tradition of drinking during the sporting events. Only if you've already lost and no longer can be in the winners bracket.
Okay,
like
that makes sense.
There were teams, and I won't put any names out there, but there were teams that were shotgunning Four Locos on the sidelines after they lost games. And you know what? That's just kind of the energy Frisbee had.
the resiliency of the human body. I
Yeah,
mean,
and you know what? They got a lot worse. They got a lot worse.
you like that one, Jay? You like that
What
one?
was that?
It's
It was
impressive that
it was like
someone
an
could...
intro to a medical documentary. But yeah, so I know that although Delaware's sports culture is not very big, they do have a lot of D1 sports. I don't know them. If I know there's basketball, baseball, football, track and field.
Well, I'll just say I know that at least in football, they're like part of like Division One, like AA. It's like a sub conference. Like there's like the main Power Five conferences, which is like everyone knows, like Texas, Kentucky, like all like the like good like sports schools. Like, and then like we're not like Division Two, but it's like a sub area, at least for football. I don't know. But I know in terms of basketball, like everyone knows, like at March Madness, like all these wild conferences, like gets one person per conference gets a bid to March Madness. So like it is possible that Delaware can make March Madness, but like overall, we're not in like the main scheme of things when it comes to like all like the basketball schools, like Kentucky and stuff like that.
I didn't know that, to be honest.
How crazy would that be?
We were in March Madness.
Yeah.
It was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
No, maybe less.
I think it was like 2014 or something that Delaware made March Madness, which I would have went crazy for. They would have lost like the first round, but like, see, that's like when we went, Ross and I went, I think sophomore year maybe, because Delaware played Notre Dame basketball.
That was on my birthday. I remember that. Yeah.
Was it really?
I'm pretty sure. Or it was like a day before or something like that.
Your birthday. But yeah, so like that like sports culture, like the stadium was packed out, like everybody was screaming, going crazy, like because they're playing Notre Dame. I don't know. I just wanted to go see Notre Dame play. I think the funniest thing is that if you look at the website, it's all pictures from that specific night. Because that's when all the fans were there and the stadium was packed out. But like I remember going like, because you couldn't just like, usually with sports, like if you have your student ID, you're able to get into like all the sports games for free. But with the Notre Dame game, they knew it was going to be really popular. It was like a lottery technically. So you had to go to like other games and get your ID swiped so that you can get picked to go to the Notre Dame game. And I remember Ross and I went at the end of the girls' basketball game. We walked through the exit, got our ID swiped, and then left because we wanted to go to the Notre Dame basketball game. So I still think that's showing support. We wanted to go to a game and watch. It just wasn't. It wasn't that.
And
much.
as a side note, Notre Dame blew Delaware out, of course.
Oh, it was terrible, but it's fine.
There's a guy from Delaware in the NBA. Yeah, he doesn't play, but he's on the Hornets. I remember he's on the Hornets. I don't remember his name, but he's there.
Is he like
it's on the bench?
Recent new guy?
Yeah, like last year.
Oh wow! Wait, like
good for him.
Like
I'll look it up.
That'd be kind of sick. I would just say like I know him somehow. I probably had like
what
Spanish.
What sport is that?
I had like Spanish with him. Why does that make sense for some reason?
I feel like if you're gonna have a class with the professional player, it's gonna be Spanish.
Yeah, that's fair.
Claudia, you were on a sports team also, though. So, like, you can't say you don't know any sports.
I was on the club equestrian team, So not basketball or football or something, but yeah. It doesn't mean I know anything about other sports. I only kind of know mine. Really sad.
I wish, like, okay, so, like, I was thinking about playing club baseball when I first, like, left high school. And then I got there and they were like, oh, like, this is, club baseball. It's not varsity, but, like, there's still, like, some commitment and stuff. And I was like, okay. And they're like, so we have practice 4 days a week, weightlifting 3 days a week. You have tournaments every weekend. And I was like, oh, no, like, I don't want to do that. So, like, I feel like it's still a lot of commitment, even if you're not playing a D1 sport.
Yeah, definitely. I like Frisbee was kind of the same way, like practice 3 times a week, probably every month I'd have a tournament, but like similar vibe for sure. But it's also, you're getting, I don't know, with Frisbee, it was a little bit lower commitment, but you're still getting this whole community of people that you get to spend a lot of time with, which is like super rewarding for me. Like I got to meet so many cool people, and it's how I met you guys, was through like my Frisbee friends who happen to be your friends too. And then we all started hanging out.
I was like a men's ultimate Frisbee groupie. Groupies for frats. I was
the men's ultimate Frisbee groupie.
Yeah, I was like, I made my way and became friends with all the people on the Frisbee team. I remember because like our friend Abby was like, she's been playing Frisbee since freshman year. So that when she started meeting people, bringing people around, I'm like, oh, I know this person. And then like, I'll never forget like when I met Rob, and he was like, oh, like I play ultimate Frisbee. And I was like, oh my God, no way, really, like fully knowing like him, his brother, and 5 other people on his team that played Frisbee, but I don't want to sound like a creep.
You don't want to fangirl at him, be like, oh my God, I know that.
I usually at their tournaments, I would have a different number on my cheek every single game. It was kind of cute. I never did that. I should have though.
I was gonna say. I was almost like, Jay, you never put my number on your face. What the hell?
Wow, fake fan.
I would have been very offended.
Well, that's because we were on the same team, and then like we had our own numbers that were not numbers. We were just wearing pennies, and then
we had a great time with that intramural, though.
Okay, we did, but I think that like I will never forget when we all decided to do intramural, and then Phil was like, so when's our first practice? And I was like, oh, what?
He's like, well, we have to go run drills. And I'm like,
I was like, I'm going to run home. that will be my conditioning for the game next week.
I had so much fun with that. Like we just like practice on the green for a little bit each, like it happened maybe twice, granted, but it was still a lot of fun. And like I remember Michaela like really practicing her flick, and like me getting really into that, and then her being super excited in games. It was a great time, super rewarding, I think.
I really like intramural sports. Like I'm not good at them, but like they are kind of a low stakes fun thing to do instead of just like going to the gym a million times a week. Like it's a fun thing.
So let's actually break down intramural sports a little bit. So there's the website IM Leagues that you have to sign up for.
I forgot about that. Oh my God.
To make an account on there, and throughout the year at Delaware, you'll get like emails from them, or just I think maybe from the actual school about the different sports that are going to be going on during that season. And I'm pretty sure regardless of what sport it is for intramural, there's going to be like 4 regular season games and then like the playoffs after that. But so yeah, there's like Frisbee in the fall, I think. I don't know.
They have a lot. Like they have.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that they don't have Quidditch. Like
they probably have like badminton.
Yeah, they have like badminton, flag football, basketball.
Badminton and Quidditch are not quite on the same wavelength. I'd like to go back to that.
Quidditch. They have Quidditch. They played on the Harrington turf.
That's not possible.
Yes, it is.
Okay, like
there was esports too.
I've played Quidditch before.
Of course you have.
and it's like super weird, and it feels kind of like God, what is it called where you like dress up in costume and pretend like
Cosplay?
it feels like you're doing like very low stakes cosplay because you're like you have a broom between your legs. At least when I did it, I didn't do intramural. This was like in middle school at some camp in like West Virginia or something.
Okay, middle school's a lot different than like college students.
But I'm hoping that they still do it that way.
They do. I've watched a game.
Yeah.
I watched the game on the Harrington turf.
Oh, Jalen, I don't know what's worse, being on the Quidditch team or going to watch
Okay,
the Quidditch
when
team.
you are walking somewhere and you look to your left and there's people riding broomsticks, like you're gonna want to watch.
That's fair.
It's pretty. I don't know what it is. It's just I don't know. But I always remember the one that. Okay. Also, completely like. Not like completely unrelated. So you said I am leagues.
Yes.
And like that blew my mind because I thought it was all one word.
I'm leagues.
Yeah. So you said like I am leagues, and I was like, oh.
How do you pronounce it?
M leagues. Anyway,
My guess is that it stands for intramural leagues.
Yeah,
No.
that's what. Yes, you're
One
correct.
would assume.
They have battleship tournaments once a semester.
I can get behind that.
Battleship?
Yeah, so you go to the pool at like the hockey stadium or whatever, and you get in a boat with two other people, and you're in a bucket, and you have to try to sink the other boats, and then the winner at the end, whoever's the last one standing, gets a trophy. I always thought that was like the coolest thing in the world. Never did it, but I don't know. That was something I always wanted to do.
So
but yeah, I did.
Back to I'm leagues.
But the other thing with intramural is like you can like kind of, I don't know if it's for all intramural sports, but I know for like the popular ones, like when we did basketball and then like frisbee, they have like different levels of like how intense you want the experience to be, I guess. You can play like co-ed, you can play like all boys team and all girls team, and then like they have like easy like a level where it's like we're all just like trying to have fun and just play a sport. And then
coming from a person with a team that came up usually half drunk, we were on the most casual co-ed team, but there's also very competitive.
But yeah, it gets more competitive. But yeah, if you win at the end, you get a t-shirt and then your picture hung up in the hallway at the Lil Bob.
Stakes reward.
I was gonna say I've never won, so I think know what that's like.
I think if we had a really good team with frisbee, if we had like kept playing, we could have been close.
We were good. Yeah. By we, I mean Phil was really good, and
that one time that Phil brought his other frisbee friends, we were unstoppable. Like it was ridiculous.
I felt kind of bad for the other teams.
Oh, I did not. I was sitting there on the sidelines, not playing. Like, oh my god, we're the best team. We're gonna win.
Yeah. I think the only it wasn't that we lost like in playoffs. I think we just didn't show up.
We didn't have enough people. I think we had a tournament or something, and we just couldn't make it.
Once we found out Phil wasn't going to be there, we were all like, all right, let's just throw in the towel now.
I can't tarnish our record at that point.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll just go out
undefeated.
Exactly. Unlike basketball, where
no one beat us but ourselves.
Yeah.
Except in basketball, that was something.
Basketball, different. that was different. But yeah, I played volleyball too.
Speaking of basketball, I have up my computer. I forgot to say the guy's name who's on the Charlotte Hornets was Nate Darling, but it says he signed a 2-way contract. So I'm pretty sure that means like he was with the like G League team, but I know I know he did get minutes on that like late in the game one time. So, I don't think he's fully on the team.
Yeah, exactly. I think he is in the G League, but maybe they'll pull him up, which is still cool. I mean, if he got drafted by them, like, and then was he just a free agent?
I didn't see that. I don't know.
But still, like, that's
also I remember there was a really good guy at Delaware that transferred to Virginia Tech. His last name was Mutz. I can't remember his first name, but he was like dominating during this past season and did really good in March Madness. I don't remember if they advanced after the first round, but he was doing really good. So he's probably going to get drafted or picked up by someone whenever he goes out.
There's a girl from my high school that went to Delaware for the women's basketball team, and I didn't know. And then the one time we went to a women's basketball game to get a T-shirt, they were like, "From North Babylon, New York," and I was like, "Am I playing? Am I in?" Coach,
I like how that would be your first assumption is, they need me. Like,
You should have just done like the John Wall like walkout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should have. But yeah, so I guess you never know. You may know a pro someday. I
Yeah,
have no idea
you're
what
playing in
she's
that
doing
women's basketball game. That
Maybe.
was all.
I bet you that they'd all destroy me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely.
I think that's a pretty safe
Jay,
guarantee.
you lost intramural basketball. You definitely would lose
Hey,
to the women's basketball team.
I carried our team to not
Just
victory.
2 points.
The halfway point, and then you had to sit out for a little bit.
I'll never forget one of the games. I showed up late, and like we were already down by like 15, and it was like 35 seconds in, and I got the ball and made a shot like right away, and I was like, okay, I still got it. And then those were my only 2 points of the entire game, and then I decided that I was going to leave early due to stomach issues.
What caused those stomach issues?
I have no idea.
Were you poisoned?
Yes, maybe some the fries at homegrown.
So when you want to join an intramural sports team, you go to I'm Leagues.
All right, whatever.
No, but I feel like I remember outside of like my club team, I feel like everyone had like different levels. Like Phil, you mentioned something about like A and B teams. Like,
Yeah.
what's that all about?
Okay.
So-
Actually, Phil, do you want to just like break down the process of like joining a club team in general?
Joining a club team. Well, pretty much. So I believe it's fall semester, you have like club sports night. It'll probably be, I think, like the second week of school. And there will be signage up for it either on the website, if you go to like the Little Bob website, and it's just in the, like where we have the basketball courts there. And you just go in, you can walk around there. Each team will have stalls, and you can just kind of go talk to them and see what they're all about. With Frisbee, I'm not sure that this is true with all the other sports, but I'm guessing, D1, D3 is kind of like A and B for Frisbee. But since Frisbee is kind of, not as serious as those sports, we just call it A team, B team. But yeah, it's pretty easy to sign up. Just talk to the people. And if you like the vibe, if you really like the sport, if it sounds like something you want to do, like just go for it. I kind of slacked off and didn't do it my freshman year, and I regretted it. I started sophomore year, and I wish I could have started sooner.
I didn't know you didn't do it all 4 years.
Yeah, I like wimped out. Like I went to tryouts the first year and then never heard back. And I was like, all right, this is fine.
My feelings.
But I could have played B team at the very least, and it would have been like an amazing time. And I played B team for 2 years, and one of those years I was a captain, and it was like favorite year of college. It takes a lot of commitment if you're going to be a captain, because you're planning practices and all that. But like really being involved in developing the players is like super rewarding. So if anyone out there has an opportunity to join a team, even if it's a B team, and be leadership, do it.
I know. I feel like you guys are very independent on your, running your team. Like I know you guys have like your coaches and everything, but I feel like you guys do a lot on your own.
Yeah, and I think only A team really has a captain. Like B team has just our like older players really, but A team had when I switched over to A team, we had a legitimate captain, and it helps. It helps to not have to be the one focusing on like strategy and making sure the teams are doing the right things. It takes just a little bit of weight off of our backs, but it's still really fun being more and more involved. Yeah, sports.
No, I was gonna say, Ross, you can.
We're at a pause point. This happens sometimes. We're at 24 minutes.
I know.
Do you want to see the app that like it looks really stupid? This is the recording app. It's literally like an MP3,
Wait, that's
and
hilarious.
it just has a time going.
Well, as long as I can get it, it's not an issue.
Yeah, it says it takes it to an MP3 because it has the picture. Like it clearly is.
I'm so tired.
Yeah, Ross, I'm really sorry, but I can see the air conditioning picking up on my track. I see it.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun one.
What's happening?
Sometimes, like when my AC is like really high, you can hear it. Like it's like literally.
Basically, I have to
waves.
cut half of Jay's audio.
Yeah.
Pretty much, as a simple explanation.
Damn.
Okay, I have to do it too.
How long is this one?
I like hit my table a lot. I make a lot of like weird noises on my audio.
Yeah, I leave a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
I have a pen near me and I need to not click it.
The first week I was like, I need to catch literally everything, and then like now I'll hear like Claudia cough. I'm like, fuck it.
Fuck you, man.
That's
You
just
mean
more
when I had a
natural
sinus
now.
infection? That must have been horrible to edit. Like,
Oh my god. What are you guys
alright.
editing it on? Do you just have like a Mac you use or?
It's on
Uh,
Audacity.
in
It's our
Audacity.
program.
Oh, the audacity.
Okay, so what next? Jay, did you see that I put in the thing? I mean, like it wasn't like anything. I just put like one bullet point. I just said how you can get like free clothes at sports.
Oh, and tailgating. How it's basically like.
Oh
not
yeah, we
allowed.
should talk about tailgating. Well,
I guess-
it started up again, didn't it?
It's like, I feel like the only time it's like allowed is during homecoming.
I mean, there's like those like old Delaware.
I was gonna say, yeah,
fans.
if you're with adults and like parents, like I think it's fine. Like you can do whatever you want.
Okay, save this for the like.
Okay.
We good? Jay, you'll start. Yeah. All right.
Another thing, this probably could have been mentioned when I said I wanted to go to like a big sports school. Tailgating. I remember like you see people lining up in the parking lot at like 6:30 in the morning, ready to tailgate for a game that's not until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was like, I'm down. And then when I got to Delaware, they were like kind of strict with their tailgating rules. I know that like they used to do it a lot more, but kids like don't really go down and tailgate. I mean, the only times that I went and tailgated was for homecoming, and I did that, I think, every year except senior year.
I thought they banned it for a little while. I thought
yeah, like it's
like
not
people getting DUIs or
yeah,
or
like
something.
I'm pretty sure like there's like I don't think kids I don't think like you're allowed to just drive down and just tailgate. Like I feel like if you are with your family or like you're I don't know being civil and organized and not like blasting music and going crazy and shit, like it's fine. But like I'm pretty sure you can't just take a group of your friends and just go down there unless homecoming, because every time when I went down for homecoming it was like total anarchy. But,
yeah, it was packed.
right, like I don't know if that was allowed or not, but I think
Actually, one thing I don't want to mention that the Delaware Stadium, the entrance, whenever there's some big event going on, is an absolute mess to try to get into and park.
yeah, it's like, I mean, they put it on. It's just in a bad spot. It's just in a bad spot, and there's always Newark construction because the city of Newark will be under construction until the end of time.
Yeah,
but
also they don't sell alcohol at their games.
They do now.
They do now.
At the what is it called?
Oh, that like whatever pen thing, the hen coop. I don't even know what the hell it is.
That'd be a good name though.
I don't remember what it's called, but like they sell. You can get a beer, or they even have like imported. It's like kind of crazy.
Imported? What the?
Yeah, they're all bougie. Yeah, I think you can get a beer, and they're probably ridiculously priced. But I think
nothing can be as bad as Yankee Stadium.
That's fair. I think the craziest news that came out. Oh, it's not news. It's speculation. Yesterday, Klondike Kate's put on their story that they might be at football games now. And let me tell you, if you can go to a football game and you can tell students that they can get a beer, imported, not domestic, imported beer and nachos, I'm sold. I'm there. I am sold.
Yeah.
I will be there.
Easy to please, Jalen.
Yeah, they're gonna be way overpriced though now.
It will
Like
be.
super overpriced nachos,
Yeah.
but with a nice beer.
Yeah, and just sitting at the stadium. Plus, the stadium's like really nice now. It got renovated.
Yes, and they have a new athletic center right there.
Right. Yeah. So all nice and fancy now. But for us, I never saw a reason to unless homecoming. Homecoming was always fun. Like we would go down early and just mess. I don't know.
That wasn't very convincing, but sure.
No, it wasn't like at all. But freshman year, I think that was when like a bunch of our families like got together, and then
Yeah, family weekend. They'd always have the football game during like parents' weekend.
Yeah, there'd be
Oh,
a
yeah, I
football
forgot about
game,
that
and then they would
too.
have some like
comedy show.
comedy show.
Yeah, so I remember that sophomore year. I honestly don't think I went to anything homecoming. Senior year, we did Baby Girl was down there, right? Was that senior year?
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
I think I've only been to like 3 or 4 football games.
Junior year, I took a shot with a goldfish in it.
Oh, Jalen.
What? Where was this? This was at a tailgate.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
make
it
very
was a
questionable
little-
decisions.
Who had that? Who was just like, hey, you want to take a shot with a goldfish in it?
I don't remember. Sushi.
And who was willing to just like give people goldfish? Like who
I think
brings
the
that?
question more so is who's willing to take the goldfish.
Yeah, that's my
Well,
question.
we know the answer, and it's you. I'm
Doesn't
just
surprise me,
imagining
though.
like a gypsy man like with a peddling card that has just like, hey, I have all these shots with
My-
goldfish in it. Would you like to take one for $1 or something? But he gave it to you for free. It sounds like,
I did not pay anything for
which is
that shot.
so much
But
more
it was
concerning.
So alarming. So
I was-
alarming.
It was somewhere I knew where I was. Like it was people I knew.
That's
and
worse.
It's tradition. That's all I remember being told.
I would just like to make
it would
note.
be better if you were like all blackout drunk and didn't recall. Like
No,
you were
no.
consciously making this decision.
I did consciously make the decision, and I don't regret it. I'd do it again.
It's not comparable, but it just makes me think of him like when he was like taking shots of eggs sophomore year, just raw eggs.
Oh heck yeah, I've got a couple videos of that.
I was gonna say, I feel like that just like is every year.
I don't know. I just picture it then, like
Protein bulking.
bad voice crack. But yeah,
I heard that, but wasn't gonna say anything.
I don't know. I'll own
it. But yeah, that's tailgating as best as
We can recall it.
as we can recall it. I mean, I say go. Like I've never been to a homecoming game, but they're probably fun. I know Joe Flacco was there one year. I didn't see him, but
yeah, aside from homecoming, I don't think there's too much tailgating going on besides the occasional 60-year-old diehard Delaware guy who will go with like one of his friends, just
other
like sitting in the parking lot.
diehard Delaware guys. Ooh. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to think of what other like significant sporting events we have. Like, do we have anything big? Like
No.
any like things that happen on the green where we're all playing communal sports, like or anything?
I
No.
know that a big event for Jalen is all the free T-shirts.
Well, I was just about to. Yeah.
Why'd you ruin the transition, bro?
I thought
We're
this was
paused right
gonna,
now.
yeah. I thought this was gonna get cut
Oh,
out.
I thought we were still
Yeah.
going.
Well, can't it just cut itself? Like, can't you just like edit out the like we can just
I
keep
think we're too
talking?
far gone at this point.
Yeah, no, that's what we do.
Okay.
Like we just like Ross will write down the time that we're done
Yeah.
BSing, and then
And then cut out that span of time.
Got it. That makes sense.
Okay.
all right, Claudia,
So,
do your transition.
Ready?
I mean, I feel like one of the major sporting events for Jalen was all the free T-shirts that he would like find around campus being given out and everything.
Okay. Delaware is how much money now? Isn't it like $50,000 to go there?
It's like
I'm going-
35.
Whatever it is, it's too much.
I don't know. I'm going to make sure that I get my money's worth.
Hey, I told you
But
every episode it comes
basically-
down to Delaware ripping people off.
Right. So basically, I bought all these T-shirts before I started going there. When I sent them my payment, That's when I bought the T-shirt. All I'm doing is going and picking it up. You know what I mean? It's like curbside to go. Curbside order.
To go.
Curbside to go.
It works.
It's like curbside pickup. That's what I wanted. So yeah, so check your email because it's like it can be like the most random games and stuff. But I mean, sometimes they have
Every
like.
week.
Is it every week?
I don't know. Pretty
I
much.
thought it was like every
Probably.
Thursday or every Friday or something.
It feels like it, at least.
The sports change and stuff. Like you just gotta look at your email. Sometimes like the shirts are like, meh. Like the Ross, I know you have this one, the lime green one with like the.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
like with the like a printed on lay on it.
Yeah,
So,
it's super ugly. But like some of them, they had the Christmas one like a couple years ago. I still have that. I still wear it. They had like a Blue Hens one, and it was like in Supreme writing, so you can pretend like he had like a Supreme. You guys look so unamused to hear about all of this, but I'm gonna keep going.
Oh no, once you were done, I was gonna say half of my apparel is pretty much Delaware shirts.
Stuff. Yes. So like
I'm a little annoyed that I didn't do this.
Oh,
like I wish I had more Delaware shirts. I don't have that many.
I have one Delaware football shirt.
Like there's not too much desire to go and watch the games at the skill level that our school's at, but it's definitely worth it to get the clothing that they give out.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's the reason they give it out, so people will actually go to the games.
Yeah, because at first you would just go and they'd give it to you, but now like they give you a number and you can't get it till halftime. So now you have to watch at least half of the game, then get your stuff, and then you sit there with your stuff and support your school and their team and watch the rest of the game and not leave and go back home to start pre-gaming. Because that is the right thing to do. I'll never forget.
What good boys and girls do.
There was one time, I don't remember when, but I did go to a football game and this woman came up to us and she had like a microphone and there was a camera and she was like, "Can I ask you guys a question?" And I was like, "Am I on TV?" But sure. She was like, "Why are you guys leaving the game?" And we were like, "Because we don't want to be here anymore." And she was like, "How long of the game have you watched?" I'm like, "It's the middle of the first quarter, but I just want to go home." So I left. And then it seemed like right after that is when they stopped handing stuff out at the beginning. So I feel like she kind of tattletaled on me.
It's your fault.
It is my fault. And
You started it all.
I did. There's some things that like maybe I should find on eBay, like the beanie. I never got the beanie. I want that beanie.
What, you can go on eBay and buy it?
Yeah, but like I don't want like a University of Delaware beanie. I specifically want the one that was free at the football game junior year. The last game of the season. Don't ask me why I remember all that. I'm not traumatized by it whatsoever.
Jalen, you're really dedicated to this whole T-shirt thing that you went on.
Hey, when you're broke and can't afford $50 T-shirts at the bookstore that rip after 6 months, like this is what you go for.
That's actually fantastic advice.
It's true. I like another thing. Did you guys know that the bookstore had a clearance section?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Anyway,
in like the back hidden dimly lit corner.
So I had bought in a hoodie from there and it was like $80. And then I went back like the next semester and it was on the clearance rack for $15.
Nice.
And I was like, checkmate. Touche. Good game.
You got me, bookstore.
You got me. You got me. But yeah, okay. I'm done ranting. That's all I had to say. I don't know how I got there.
I'm sure no one will find this surprising, but I have nothing else to add.
Yeah, our group isn't the most sports relevant group, but
that's a lie.
You're literally
okay. Ross carries the team. Ross carries the team.
The group as a whole, and I didn't have too much involvement aside from a couple intramurals. Even though I worked for the football team, it wasn't like I was on the team or anything. Like,
you're in the football picture.
Am I?
What? Yeah. You're in the picture with the football team.
Oh yeah.
Wow. He's so humble, everyone. He's so humble. Fame hasn't gotten to his head.
But yeah, so I think that wraps it up. Phil, do you have anything else you want to add?
You know, I don't. I feel like I had like just a fantastic sports experience, but a lot of my experience was also not really. It was with the team, but it was more about the time that we spent not necessarily playing frisbee. You know, like at the end of the day, I made some really good friends there, and that was more important to me than the sport was. Like I really love frisbee, but it wasn't. It wasn't all about the throwing a disc around. It was about the friends you made along the way.
That is a good point. Regardless of what sport it is, you'll definitely be able to bond with all your teammates and who you're surrounded by, whatever position, just whoever you're with, you'll definitely make a good bond with. And,
yeah. For someone who is not a very motivated student, like having a sport that you care about and people on that team that you want to spend time with, if you fail, you can't play anymore. So you can't spend time with these people like you normally would. That for me, as at the time I was a very unmotivated student, helped me.
And I think we'll take that as a parting note. Okay, Phil, thanks for coming on.
Don't fail.
Yeah. Phil, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. This was lovely.
Okay, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Adios.
All right, have fun.
What?
Are we saying bye to you, or are you saying bye to the people? What are we doing right now?
Over.
The people.
Bye to
It's
over.
That was a mess of an ending. The last like 3
Ross,
minutes.
what number is this?
Things are going well.
What?
Things are going well.
17.
17.
I was gonna say. Really? I was gonna say have fun recording with Nick. and then I realized we were still talking to the people, to the community.
That was a mess of the last like 3 minutes. That was just like
That was hilarious.
a lot of
Always
random.
a mess.
I think it was great. All right.
All right, warning.